Good afternoon, everyone. This is Marilyn Boudreau with Century 21, Mike D. Bono and Companies in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about extensions. When you make an offer initially on a home, you write the offer with a certain number of days. Typically, it's usually between 45 days and 30 days, from start to finish, being able to close on the property. Well, sometimes there are extensions that need to be written in place. There are actually two places on the Louisiana state contract that we have for extension time periods. There's going to be the final loan approval time period, and there's going to be the active sale date, which is the date that you close on your property. So what typically happens, and what we're seeing in the loan industry with different types of financing, the loan officers don't get final loan approval or a clear to close sometimes until 24 hours or 48 hours before that active sale date. I typically like to fill my contracts in that way. Let's say it was April 24th was my close date. Well, I would have April 22nd as my final loan approval date. And the loan officers do their very, very best, to watch those dates and to get things into underwriting, and so that we're all on time, and hopefully extensions are never needed. However, it does happen where we do have to get an extension. Both parties have to grant that extension. Both the seller and the buyer has to be on the same page and agree to extending. And usually we explain to them is, look, it's an underwriting. We anticipate getting a clear to close in the next 2 to 4 days, or let's write it for another week just to be safe and cover all of our bases. So, and right now, with the amount of loans that are being processed with the low interest rates, the banks are a little overloaded, and it will take a little bit longer to get your loan closed. So the loan officers don't like to be under a lot of pressure, and it's helpful if you can, speak with them initially when you do write your offer, so that we have a reasonable amount of time to work with. VA loans can drag their feet, foreclosures can drag their feet, rural development, there are extra signatures, that are required by underwriters. So all of these things take time, and sometimes it's out of our hands and we're at the mercy of that underwriter. So don't be upset or surprised if your agent calls you and says, we have an extension request. I think it's just going to be a couple of, days down the road. This is a very common practice, and that's what the extensions entail. Thanks. This has been Marilyn Boudreau. If you have any questions or there's something you'd like for me to explain or address, send me a message at marilynboudreau.com. That's my website. I've got a lot of good information on there. I'd love for you to check it out. Thanks, and you have a great day.